getting ready for our day 6 exit ticket shared reading lesson. And so I'm starting with the end in mind because I want to see what the exit ticket is prior to starting. As always, I have my notebook paper and writing utensil nearby so I can take notes. I'm logged in as myself, but it does look pretty similar on your end. I'm going to go in my homeroom class. I'm coming down here into the journal, and I can see here the exit ticket. Let me try to zoom here. How would you describe Paul Revere and Sybil Ludington? Explain how both of them contributed to their roles in American history. So right there, I already know I've got part of the work done. I already have an entire page of notes about Sybil Ludington. I know that Sybil Ludington was important during the American Revolution. I know that Sybil Ludington is a 14-year-old girl whose father was a colonel in the army. I know that she went around and alerted the people in the countryside that the British were attacking. I know that Sybil Ludington was really important for that reason. So now we're going to be adding a new character, Paul Revere. Paul Revere is very, very famous for this one thing that we're going to be reading about. But we're not reading it as a story today. We're actually going to be reading it as a poem. Many of you in your guided reading groups, we have been looking at poetry, and we know that poetry doesn't flat out say what the poet is wanting to say. They often use personification, hyperboles, similes, metaphors, idioms. They use lots of figurative language in order to express themselves. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. We also know that we're back in the Revolutionary War period. So we know that this time period is going to be have old language embedded in the poetry, just like we saw in Joseph Plum Martin's essays. So here I'm in my text, and I'm going to come down to the Patriotic Poetry, and I'm going to zoom out, and here it is. I can zoom in as well. I can download it and open it up to my screen. Patriotic Poetry. On April 18th, 1775, the sight of lights in the church steeple. A steeple is going to be the pointy part on a church. When I was little, there was this little like hand folding thing, and it was like, here is the church, here is the steeple, open the doors and see all the people. And the steeple is the pointed part, and we would often make that with our pointer fingers together. Almost like you have praying hands, you'd fold your middle ring and pinky fingers down, and your pointer finger would make those steeple together. The sight of lights in the church steeple summons Paul Revere. So there's a light in that pointy part of the church, and it's saying it summons, it brings Paul Revere to ride from Charlestown to Lexington, warning people that the British are coming. Other patriots, such as Sybil Ludington, made similar rides at other times, but Revere becomes a huge legend. One reason is the following poem, which is shown here. So it sounds like Paul Revere is very similar to Sybil Ludington in the fact that they both made a ride. Now, the purpose of their ride, I'm wondering if that is similar. So right now on my piece of paper, I have down a new page, and I have Paul Revere, and now I'm writing down that he made a famous ride, that he was warning people that the British were coming. I'm also going to notate that Paul Revere, I can see, I know people named Paul, so I can infer that Paul Revere is going to be a male. However, I did see someone in their exit ticket recently referred to Sybil Ludington as a male. Sybil Ludington is a female. She is a young 14-year-old girl at this time. The Midnight Ride of Paul Revere by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So here is our poem, and we're remembering that not everything we're going to take literally here in the poem. Some things are representing others. Listen, my children, and you shall hear. of the midnight ride of Paul Revere. On the 18th of April in 75, so April 18th of 1775, I also see that up here, hardly a man is now alive. We know no man is alive now in this day and age from the Revolutionary War. So no people. Paul Revere, he is not alive. Joseph Plum Martin, he is not alive. And Sybil Ludington, they are not alive because this happened hundreds of years ago. We are in the year 2020, and this happened in 1775. Who remembers that famous day and year? I'm wondering how they might remember this. Maybe because of all the essays and stories that were told and written about them. He said to his friend, "If the British march by land or sea from the town tonight, hang a lantern aloft in the belfry arch of the North Church Tower as a signal light." So I'm going to pause right here. A lot of that's language I am not familiar with. So I need to make sure that I'm making sense of what I'm reading. So if the British march by land, so they're walking onto the land, we know from what we've learned about the English coming over, British English, those words are synonymous. We know that England is on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean because we've been looking at maps, we've read other stories. We know that King George, he's on the other side of the ocean. And whereas North America, the United States of America, is on the opposite side. So they had to come over one way, and that one way is by a boat. So either they came over on a boat and landed in one part of the United States, or they're coming in and coming into that one place. So if the British march by land, so if they're walking in, or if they come by sea, so if they're arriving by boat, if they're coming in at night, hang a lantern. And I know that a lantern is like it's an old-fashioned flashlight, or it's like a candle in a container. That's how they had light in the dark during 1775. The other thing I can do is I can come up to my internet and I can type in lantern, and I can get an image of what a lantern might look like. Okay, I don't think it's these paper lanterns here, but I can imagine that. I've seen movies that's like it. Hang a lantern aloft in the belfry arch. Now we know from up here it mentioned they would hang a where did this word steeple go? Oh, they would hang lights in the church steeple. So I'm wondering if the belfry arch is another word for steeple. I can come up to the internet and I can find that out. The internet is at our disposal here. So we have belfry arch. And here we go. I can look at the images. All right, so I'm imagining a lantern being hung. And that lantern is saying something. It's a signal of the North Church Tower as a signal light. 1 if by land and 2 if by sea. So one lantern is hung if the British are coming by land, and 2 lanterns are hung if the British is coming by sea. And I on the opposite shore will be. So who is the I that is talking? Let's read to find out. Ready to ride and spread the alarm. Oh, who is riding here? We know that it's the midnight ride. It's the late night ride of Paul Revere. So Paul Revere is on the opposite shore, and he is ready to spread alarm, just like Sybil Ludington, through every Middlesex village and farm, for the country folk to be up and to arm. So I know here that this is going to be the name of the village because it has that capital letter at the beginning. It's a proper noun. So through every Middlesex village and farm, for the country folk to be up and to arm. Think about it. If it's midnight, Is everybody awake? Right now, as I'm recording your lesson, it's 12:30 at night. I love being awake late at night. But most people, especially in this day, what do they have to do? They can't watch Netflix. They can't go on their computers. They can't play their video games. They are asleep at midnight. So someone has to go through and let them know that they need to be ready. And at this time in 1775, the people who fought, some were militiamen, some were in the Continental Army, and some were just regular people wanting to help. Because if you think about it, if someone is attacking your neighborhood, you're not just going to sit in your house. A lot of people would help take action. So now the poem is going on here. Your job is to finish reading this poem on these 2 pages, 467 and 468. You're going to read the following stanzas. If you come across a word that you're unfamiliar with, that you've never heard before, use your internet. Okay? So for example here, the word muster, the muster of men. Maybe you don't know the word muster. Come up to Google and find out what that word is. Use those reading strategies that you have learned. I just showed you how I could go through this first 2 stanzas to make sense of what I was reading. So you're going to go through, finish reading these 2 pages. You don't need to write a patriotic poem. If you'd like to, you're more than welcome. Then you're going to come into, I got to get out of here. Then you're going to go into your exit ticket and you're going to answer the question. How would you describe Paul Revere and Sybil Ludington? Explain how both of them contributed to their roles in American history. I am going to unlock the lesson here. It's going to look just like this. You will be able to click and you will be able to type your submission right onto that page. Or you can type me a message, or you can write it on a piece of notebook paper and take a picture of it. The other thing I would like for you to do, notice how similar your exit ticket is to the previous day. Go into your assignments and see my feedback that I gave to you for day 5. So that way you can see how you can apply that feedback to your day 6 exit ticket. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm available to Zoom with you or send you messages.